What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What's good? What's up, people? It's me. I'm L27. You know who I am?
Thundercats are on the move. Thundercats are loose, honey.
He's about the business of dipping spoons into sugar bowls. Anyway, real girls do real things. So as to make it easier for insertion, maybe?
No means no, and yes means no.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What's good, people? What's up, what's up, what's up? It's me, L27, and I am back. Oh, yes. For yet another review. This will be our review for Belle Collective. It is season 2. It is episode 2. It is entitled Got a Meeting in the Men's Room. Shout out to all my deuce clubs out there. You know. Anyway. Listen. I'm doing the best I can not to come on here on a weekly basis and utterly just drag Marie with reckless abandon. But I'm not going to do it. I'm going to keep it together. I'm going to continue with the reviews because it just would be, a mess if all I did the whole review was come up here and drag fucking Marie like she deserves to be dragged. She's a goddamn mess at this point. We start off with Letitia. Excuse me. Y'all see how much energy this is taking out of me. We start off with Letitia. She down here with Glenn over at her made-for-TV office space that she done rented out for her fictitious business. She's there with Glenn. And why am I picking shit out of my teeth on the goddamn video? Get your shit together, L. Teddy. Get your shit together. Anyway, she down here with Glenn. That shows you how much I really cared about this storyline. Girl, she up here with Glenn. She telling him all about how she need to know if that's his child. She need him to stop cheating. She need him to stop sticking his third leg up in anything moving. And it's just a mess. The thing about it is learned behavior at this point. All these years since y'all was 17, which looks to be about almost 30 years ago. But all these years, from the looks of it, but maybe you're younger, but you just look old. Anyway, all these years, he done been sticking his, tow truck dick in anything moving, and you done let it go. But now all of a sudden for the TV show, now you mad because you need a plot line and a storyline, and you around here at your mama house crying, kicking, and screaming, talking about what shoulda, coulda, and woulda, and how you fed up and mad. Like you didn't know all these years he's been cheating. Girl, boom. He over there standing in that big ass, empty ass house with a big old piece of cock, big old piece of dick over there that getting hard all day and all night and waiting for you to come home. You ain't coming home. You think he ain't gonna find somewhere to stick that big old piece of meat? Anyway, but she keeps questioning him about this side chick. I don't know why my phone got all these notifications going off. But she questions him about this side chick that's having a baby, whether or not it's his baby. He say he gonna do better because he wants to be a father for his son and he want to do right by her now, which nobody believes. He don't even believe it. At this point, she don't believe it. It's just a mess. Excuse me. She sends him on his merry little way and say, "Child, I don't have this time. I don't have time for this. Goodbye." And she sends him packing. He upset. She upset. Ain't nobody happy. Moving on. Latrice is at her store with her pet pocket punk. The store manager. What was his name? Joshua? Justin? Jeffrey? Something with a J. I think it was Joshua. On these reality shows, the girls got to have their pet pocket punk or pocket pet punk, whatever you want to call it. They just carry them around like pets. in their pocket. I ain't go. We're not gonna go down that road, L Teddy. We are not gonna go down that road today. We're gonna leave it here. We've done that too many times before. We're just gonna leave it there. Anyway, the heat and the water ain't working at this store. Now, if it's a salon where they're supposed to do hair, isn't that one of the most important things that you got that should be working every day? I'm just saying. But she didn't sound like it was a whole it she didn't give me the sense of urgency like this was a big deal. She gave me the whole, okay, girl, this is a made up storyline for the show and for and to give me a reason to make everybody across the fruited plains watching this show cringe when you call your husband and call him fucking zaddy, and everybody in the fucking world is cringing because we thinking this is the newest episode of Flowers in the Attic or something. Shout out to the prequel that they're making for Flowers in the Attic. I gotta go check that out. But anyway, like this is some incestuous type shit that we finna watch. That shit is cringy. Like every time she does it, like it it makes me uneasy. I don't like that shit. The shit is retarded. Anyway, I'm sorry. We're dating the word retarded. I'm sorry. We should not say that. This shit is out of order. But yeah, so she just made up a reason to call him and call him that. I vomit in my mouth every time she calls him that. Anyway, he comes over, fixes the water. It was just gratuitous, made up, just there for no reason. He comes over. She tells him Letitia invited her to the brunch and that Marie is gonna be there, and she know it's gonna be some shit if Marie comes there. But she here for all the smoke, and she ain't backing down. And he might have to have some bill money for her, cause she gonna fuck her up. Girl, we'll see. Girl, Letitia, you don't give me fighter like that. You give me, you gonna talk a good game, but girl, you don't give me that. You gonna really throw hands, honey. Now, though I don't like Marie, though I can't stand her, baby, if I had to put money down on a fight between you and Marie, I'm putting my money on Marie. Cause Mama do look like she'll drag. Mama got real masculine energy over there. She got a lot of machismo. It's a lot of testosterone flowing through them veins over there. And we'll talk about that later in the episode. Anyway, we did have Tambra who invited Letitia and Marie out to dinner. Not to dinner, to lunch or whatever. Now, I riddle me this. Why for do you invite people to lunch and you late? Look to be significantly late because Letitia and Marie were able to sit there and have a whole long drawn out conversation before you even parted the door of the doggone restaurant. Just a man. I would have went home, baby. If I walk up in there and you ain't there, and I text you and say, "Hey, boo, where you at?" Oh, I'm about 15, 20 minutes away. All right, honey. Well, I won't be here by the time you get here. You invited me, and you like, girl, we ain't doing that. Anyway, Letitia and Maria is talking since they got to talk to each other because Tamara ain't there. Letitia tells Marie she has outgrown her husband. Chum. I, I couldn't care. Tambra finally came with her friend Aikisha. Um, Aikisha is new to the cast. She comes from um good stock. I guess as good as stock you could have coming from Jackson, Mississippi. But her family is has big ties and long ties in Jackson, and her dad and stuff like that came. They were her grandparents and her parents and uncle. Excuse me, came from a time when if you were in education in a black city, you had money. Believe it or not, If you go back to maybe about the 50s and 60s or so, a teacher or an educator was make for a black person back there was making what was a lot of money for black people. It was upper middle class. It afforded you to have your own home in the nicer black neighborhoods, and you can have a car, and you were able to um, have things that a lot of black people at that time just did not have, especially in urban cities. You were able to live more of a suburban life, and there were some very nice, well-to-do suburban affluent black neighborhoods where you had teachers and doctors and judges and dentists, and there was a lifestyle that was built off of that. So it seems like that's what her family came from. And she married a football player, an NFL player. He's retired now, but she married an NFL player. So she has his money combined with the money that she has. I don't believe that she had a lot of money on her own. I'm not saying she didn't have any, but I certainly don't believe she had the money on her own that she got once she married her husband. So I know she had some money, and she probably knew how to take care of her money or keep her money or and so forth. But she she certainly didn't have the kind of money that she had once she married her husband. Anyway, she came there, so the ladies all get acquainted, and everything they say, she got a story to one up it, and it might be real because of all of the ladies sitting at that table. She may very well have the most money out of all of them. I mean, depending on the significance and the level of her husband's career and the contracts that he was afforded, she may have several $1 million in the bank and be a member of the two comma club, whereas the rest of them are members of the one comma club. So when she said, "Oh yeah, we did this, that," she may have the story, but yeah, everything that I've done is a little better than yours because she comes from a different level. There are levels to this. They mad because remember, when you're one of these chicks on this show, the whole thing is to be pretentious and make people believe that you got all this shit you really ain't got. That's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. Anyway, um, but yeah, all of the ladies seem to be mad about Aikisha. I don't know why. Then we got Marie and her 1776 founding father's finger wave wig that she got on that wig that came from 1776 and the founding fathers. All I needed her to do was slap some wooden teeth in her mouth and she would have been George Washington. Technically, let me get the story right. Technically, as the story really goes, those weren't wooden teeth. What those were the teeth of slaves that they had pulled out of slaves' mouths and put together in a set of dentures for George Washington to put in his mouth. Further, letting us know how horrible this country was to black people. Whole nother story, whole nother lesson. Anyway, she over there with her mama who's living with her and still out here trying to, get the next bump and get the next hit. The mama says she trying to do better, but the mama still relapsing every chance she get. It's a whole ass mess. And you would think that what didn't make sense to me was Marie, hey boo, you own a whole, according to you, a whole franchise of facilities that do work in this kind of stuff, but you didn't have the gumption to say, let me put my mama in a 24-hour treatment facility where she can live there on that campus and really get the help that she needs so she can't just run out the house every chance she get and take a bump or go on a bender with her fellow bases down to the crack house. You didn't think to do that, but we're supposed to see your rehab treatment facilities is credible. But you got a whole basa that you in your house. I don't mean to call your mama a basa, but it's basa like tendencies. I mean, make it make sense. Moving on. We get down to Letitia's battle royale installment of Monday Night Raw women's empowerment brunch. Because we know from last season, these brunches ain't about no kinds of women's empowerment. From the very first one we saw, it's been a hot ass mess. Every single brunch has been a goddamn mess that we done seen. Every single one. This one was no exception. Akeisha came and baby Akeisha did what Akeisha does. She was her bougie self and looked at this like, girl, what is this? Girl, this is beneath me. Girl, please do something about all this because I'm not here for this. This is so beneath me. I thought this was gonna be better than this. How you having a brunch with 12 people? That ain't no brunch. That's just a sit down. Marie, not Marie. Letitia, excuse me. That invited all her friends from some town we can't even pronounce the name of, but she done invited all her friends from some little country town that nobody can pronounce the name of, and they all there. And so Marie, soon as Latrice walk in the door, Marie now she huffing and puffing. Not everything a problem. Girl, real girls do real things. And if the ops walk in the room, or if your arch rival walk in the room, real girls do real things. A bitch is unbothered. Baby, I would have sat there and been like, hey girl, hey, because see, a real girls do real things. You never let them see you get bothered. You never let them see you sweat. Matter of fact, you go up to them and say, hey girl, how you doing? Because at the moment that they know that they can affect my phone, just keep having all these goddamn notifications. At the moment that they know that they can get under your skin, they're gonna continue to do that. Baby Latrice walked in so unbothered by you, and baby, your whole aura changed, and the entirety of the people at the brunch knew that you were immediately bothered by her. A mess. It's no way. Girl, you too old for that. Child. Latrice is probably half your age, but act like she's the older one, and you act like you the one that's the young one. It's a mess. Mel was that. We love us a Mel, baby. She built like an Amazon, honey. Baby, that woman is tall and stacked, honey. She was there, but we find out that Mel is also going to be Mel works with Latrice, but she's also going to be working with and for Akeisha. So I guess that means Akeisha and Latrice, probably have a good working relationship. Anyway, so Akeisha's right here noticing everything raggedy about the brunch, which is pretty much everything. She's just calling out the stuff that we perhaps don't get to see because production makes sure that they get the best angles and stuff. And Akeisha is here to call out what's really real. And say, girl, this shit is raggedy and dirty. See, that's why I'm here for Akeisha, because she's still calling all this shit out. Girl, this shit is dirty. Girl, what is this food? Girl, what is this? Girl, why is my plate dirty? And you want me to put my food on this? Bitch, this shit got like food and so Letitia was like, well, maybe some of the flowers got on the plate. Well, bitch, the plate is dirty. I don't want your flower petals and shit on my goddamn plate. It probably still got soil and dirt and all kinds of insects. I don't know, but it don't belong on my goddamn plate. So I was with Akeisha. Child mess. Anyway, um, they start doing this exercise where they pull a name from the hat and everybody at the table says something nice about them. Baby, they didn't even get to Latrice yet. Baby, they were just talking about Mel. And I guess since Mel works for Latrice, when it got to Marie and Marie was supposed to say something nice about Mel, I plead the fifth. Baby, this is not court. What the fuck you mean you plead the fifth? What? I told you real girls do real things. If you was a bad bitch like that, what you would have did was it said, baby, I don't like them hoes. I don't like them girls. I don't have nothing good to say. You might want to move on if you was that high. Real girls do real things. Or you could have taken the hate Retha approach. Beautiful gowns. Beautiful gowns. I would have said something like, she's tall. Moving on. Or if when I got to Latrice, I would have said something like, those vending machines are really nice. And kept it moving. But real girls do real things. Girl, she was bothered. Next thing you know, because she didn't want to play no more when they called out Latrice, she storms out. And why the fuck? The first place this whore think to go is to the goddamn men's room. Make this shit make sense. Now you came last episode having this whole segment in your confessionals about how you're not a lesbian. But the next episode we hear in the first place you go is in the men's room. And clearly everybody knew where to find you because everybody immediately, Essie goes after her. And Essie immediately knew that this whore was in the goddamn men's room. Because we know that if there's testosterone to be thrown around, Essie and Marie will be involved. So then Letitia goes back there and she knows immediately where to find them. Oh, they're in the men's bathroom, honey. But you're not a lesbian. Girl! I'm not doing this with you, Marie. Girl! Her and Letitia start arguing and all of this stuff. They start yelling. So much so, now Letitia's squad done came in from Pocahontas, Piccadilly, plexiglass, Mississippi, something with a P. I can't think of it. They run up in there. Wait a minute. They done squatted up. What the fuck is going on, bitch? They roll up in there, and all of their asses knew exactly where to find them in the goddamn men's room. Bam, bam, bam. Open this motherfucker up. I said, what is this alley ass shit y'all got me watching? Girl. So, girl, they roll up in there. They finally let them in. Y'all all right in here? Because we will fuck this up. We good. We all right. All right. You sure we could go back and sit down? Y'all can go back and sit down. All right, girl. We're going back to go sit down. God, my phone won't start with all these messages. So then, they finally get, Letitia goes out. She talks to Latrice. Latrice, please, will you come in here and talk to Marie? Because apparently Marie got some issue with Latrice because something about Latrice was talking to somebody or said something to somebody or agreed with somebody that said something about Marie's business and caused her to lose clientele or whatever. Well, baby, it must have been true. There must have been some truth to it if you lost clientele. Anyway, that's why she said she can't be in the same room with her because she costing me money and business or whatever, so I can't even be in the same room as Latrice. So Marie was like, Letitia was like, well, let me go try to get Latrice so maybe Latrice and Marie can try to talk it out. Latrice was like, no, I don't have nothing to say to her. And she was like, you know what, Letitia, for you, I'll go in there. But that whore got 2 minutes. 2. And so she go in the bathroom. And it goes off from there to be continued. Girl, a mess. I see why they titled it There's a Meeting in the Men's Room. This ain't climax singing, I got a meeting in the ladies' room. I'll be there real soon. We got a meeting in the men's room. I'll be back real soon. Meeting in the men's room. But she's not a lesbian. Girl. Man. That's all I got for y'all. I don't know. Girl, this whole show is a goddamn man. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Let's get in the comment section and do what we do. God. About what we saw. That's all I got for y'all. Until next week, thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out.